Good afternoon. My name is Nigel, and I want to thank you for this opportunity to be before you to present this valedictorian address on this historic occasion. I encourage you to sit back and relax because we want you to be richly blessed by all that is shared with you today. Before continuing, I would be remiss if I did not extend welcome and greetings to Commissioner Gore, Department of Correctional Services, Superintendent Fisher, and the entire executive team and support staff of Sing Sing Correctional Facility, Mercy College President, Dr. Lipovsky, Hudson Link President, Dr. Reisner. Special appreciation to Ms. Arlene Muhammad, our Hudson Link Academic Coordinator, all Mercy College faculty, Hudson Link Board and supporters, distinguished guests, family members, and loved ones. We are truly honored to be graced by your presence. Education has changed our world. Perhaps at first, your puzzled stares acknowledged that the movements of my hands were clear, but certainly not clearly understood. In fact, it was not until the second time, when translation was made from sign to spoken language, that we were all able to fully share in the deep sentiments of the hearts of 20 men here today. Why? Because language has purpose. Language has power. There is something about language that builds bridges, connects lives, transcends boundaries, invades silence. We submit to you today that many of us, the graduating class before you, we were in a silent world. We were in a world that was dominated by missed opportunities, poor decisions, and dreams deferred. But then, the silence of that world was shattered by a honing tool called education, which was compassionately guided by hands full of mercy. This empowerment through education, envisioned in the hearts of academic giants, philanthropists, and clergy persons, then blossoming into a full-fledged undergraduate degree program, brought sound, communication, and language into our world and linked us to cherished opportunities, life-enhancing decisions, and the reality of our dreams. Through the effectual language of education, we have been empowered for new beginnings. Each time our professors prepared lectures, welcomed our questions, challenged our viewpoints, assigned papers, graded our exams, they used the tool of education to empower us. This is why we strongly believe that the education obtained through the Hudson Link Mercy College program has indeed changed our world and made it more accessible and more meaningful. One Thomas Carlyle is noted for saying, "Every noble work is at first impossible." For this graduating class, no truer words were spoken. And if I were a preacher, I'd ask my classmates to give me an amen right here. Yet, it was the very impossibility of finding sponsorship and donors, obtaining administrative support and approval, hoping, praying, and pleading for this 2000 graduating class to remain at Sing Sing that made the prospect of this class more recognizable as a noble work. The graduating class before you represents committed individuals, your sons, brothers, grandsons, uncles, husbands, fathers, cousins, nephews, and of course, your students, who with your help have reached an academic turning point on a long and arduous journey embarked upon years ago. For some, the journey began with the mountainous hurdle of obtaining a GED, which at the time seemed sufficient. For others, it was an associate's degree or a one-year college program in ministry that sparked our passion for higher learning, a passion which, due to many of your efforts, still burns brighter and stronger. Though we may not know exactly where this journey will end, we do know there is a deep sense of honor, privilege, and responsibility that we experience for having been so richly blessed with this opportunity for higher learning. Indeed, the only thing consistent in life is change. This is why so much of our lives have had to change in order to adjust to what it really meant to commit ourselves to a course of study that would lead to learning and earning undergraduate degrees. We have embraced pressures of relationships, life, prison, family, while in the midst of the demands of study, academic deadlines, and our day-to-day responsibilities. Yet to be able to gather with you all here today, we say it was all worth it. Every single moment. Every rescheduled class due to inclement weather, every code blue, every nationwide orange alert, and last-minute readjustment spoke volumes to us of the essentiality of not deviating from this course and running this race with integrity and perseverance to the very end. Recalling the words of General Dwight D. Eisenhower, I quote, "There are no victories at discount prices." We are reminded at this very moment of the significance of sacrifice. Today, we celebrate the culmination and fruition of sacrifice upon sacrifice upon sacrifice. Your sacrifices, all of which has empowered and changed our world. Time does not permit us to speak of every one of your phone calls placed, meetings held, envelope mailed, favor requested, encouragement offered, and financial or material donation that contributed to the many sacrifices needed to transform human lives, promote personal growth, and empower us for new beginnings through a college education. But if we did, we would seize time in seconds, minutes, hours, or even days to mention every single deed, every single person, every single sacrifice. And now, to my fellow graduates. Without question, we have received empowerment through education. But let me be absolutely clear on this point. We are not products of social promotion. Need I remind you of some of your one-word responses expressing sentiments on the reality of finally earning our degrees? One of you simply said, "Wow." Another said you felt accomplished. Another, experienced. I appreciated when one of you quickly responded, ecstatically blessed. To one graduate, the sentiment was enlightened, which led someone else to saying empowered, and another one even saying vigorous. But let us not overlook the responses that claim feeling of receiving mercy. Another expressing an ability to transcend, which stirred one of us to say that they felt gratitude. But of all the responses, it was the three that said grateful, that truly embodied the sentiments of us all. We are perpetually grateful. Let us not forget what it took for us to be where we are right now. As a charge for your academic mission, I want to remind you to dedicate yourselves to the advancement and sharing of knowledge and information. I would remind you to consider those who share this joyous moment with us. Consider those who still have classes and semesters remaining in this program. And always make it your obligation to demonstrate appreciation of this accomplishment by bestowing to others the same mercy extended to you. Finally, as I prepare to return to my seat, on behalf of the entire graduating class, I would like to say to Commissioner Gord, thank you. Thank you, sir, for ensuring the success of this program. To Superintendent Fisher, it is common knowledge that you are a champion of education, and we continually appreciate that. To Presidents Dr. Reisner and Dr. Lepofsky, like you, we are now certified believers in the transformative power of education. To our families, you who have stood with us, supported, loved, and I have to say tolerated, and believed in us, your many facets of giving has not been in vain. And lastly, to my mother, Mom, I cannot thank you enough for all that you have done for me. In my heart, this is just as much your accomplishment as it is mine. I love you, Mom. And for each of you present here today, again, we say, thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting our dreams and leaving indelible impressions upon our lives by changing our world through the power of education. Thank you.